Arthur Morgan and CJ were on a journey like no other, their sick pet parrots in their hands. The two men knew they had to reach the area of eternal shockwave inducing an air-conditioning battle between lions and tigers in order to save their beloved pets. As they approached the designated spot, a purple glowing meteor crashed down from the sky, corrupting the minds of both Arthur and CJ. Their eyes turned a bright shade of purple, glowing with an otherworldly light. The two men were drawn into a fierce and endless battle, pitting them against each other in a devastating clash of wills. The air around them crackled with energy as they unleashed powerful shockwaves, the force of which could be felt for miles around. The ground shook beneath their feet as they fought, their glowing purple eyes locked in a deadly struggle. But amidst the chaos and destruction, a miracle occurred. The air-conditioning shockwaves that emanated from their bodies began to heal their sick parrots, restoring them to full health. As the birds chirped happily on their shoulders, Arthur and CJ paused in their battle, a fleeting moment of peace in the midst of madness. Realizing the true power of their newfound abilities, the two men made a decision. They would walk away from the eternal battlefield, content in the knowledge that their pets were safe and sound. The eternal battle between the corrupted big cats would continue without them, the air-conditioning shockwaves never ceasing. And so Arthur and CJ walked away, their heads held high and their hearts full of gratitude. In a world where chaos reigned supreme, they had found a small glimmer of hope and a chance for redemption. The story of their epic battle would be told for generations to come, a tale of courage, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond between man and beast. The sun beat down mercilessly on the vast, barren landscape as Arthur Morgan and CJ trudged through the dusty terrain, each carrying their sick pet parrots in their arms. Arthur's parrot, a vibrant green and red macaw, let out weak squawks as he cradled it gently, while CJ's parrot, a colorful African gray, chirped softly in his grasp. They had heard rumors of a place where the air crackled with electricity, where lions and tigers clashed in a never-ending battle that sent shockwaves rippling through the air. It was said that the area was cursed, corrupting all who entered its boundaries. As they approached the edge of the fabled battleground, a purple glow filled the sky, and a meteor streaked across the heavens, landing with a resounding thud in the center of the chaotic scene. The ground trembled beneath their feet as the two men felt a strange pull on their minds, their vision swimming with a hazy purple hue. Before they knew it, their eyes were glowing with an otherworldly light, and a fierce rage gripped their hearts. Without warning, Arthur and CJ found themselves locked in a savage battle, their parrots forgotten as they clashed in a whirlwind of fists and fury. The air crackled with energy as they fought, their blows sending shockwaves rippling through the air like a violent storm. The corrupted lions and tigers watched on, their glowing eyes filled with malice as they egged the two men on. For what seemed like an eternity, Arthur and CJ fought with a ferocity that bordered on madness, their minds clouded by the corrupting influence of the glowing meteor. But in the midst of the chaos, something miraculous happened. The air-conditioning shockwaves that pulsed through the battlefield had an unexpected side effect. As the powerful blasts of chilled air washed over them, Arthur and CJ felt a cooling sensation sweep through their bodies, soothing their wounds and revitalizing their spirits. In that moment of clarity, they looked at each other with newfound understanding. Their eyes met in silent agreement, and with a shared nod, they called a truce. The battle between them ceased, the air-conditioning shockwaves diminishing as they stood side by side, their parrots chirping happily in their arms. With a sense of peace settling over them, Arthur and CJ turned away from the eternal battlefield, their respective parrots safe and sound once more. As they walked away, the corrupted lions and tigers resumed their endless struggle, their glowing eyes locked in a never-ending dance of death and destruction. But for Arthur and CJ, the memory of their harrowing battle would forever linger in their minds, a testament to the power of friendship and the enduring strength of the bond between man and beast. And though they would never forget the thrill of the fight, they knew that their true victory lay in the unbreakable bond they shared with their loyal companions. Arthur, this is it. CJ, we're almost there. CJ, yeah, man. I can't believe our parrots got sick at the same time. It's like they're connected or something. Arthur, it's strange, that's for sure. But we can't let them suffer any longer. The only way to heal them is to bring them to the area of eternal shockwave inducing an air-conditioning battle between lions and tigers. CJ, I hope this works. I don't want my parrot to suffer anymore. Arthur, don't worry, CJ. We'll get through this together. As they approached the area, they could see the glowing purple meteor that corrupted the minds of the lions and tigers. The two animals were locked in an endless battle, emitting shockwaves that sent chills down their spines. CJ, whoa, this is intense. I can feel the power in the air. Arthur, stay close, CJ. We don't want to get caught in the crossfire. As they carefully made their way through the battlefield, the purple energy began to affect them as well. They could feel their minds being twisted, their eyes glowing a menacing purple. CJ, what's happening to us, Arthur? I feel different. Arthur, it's the meteor, CJ. It's corrupting our minds, turning us against each other. CJ, no, we can't let that happen. We have to fight it. As they struggled against the purple energy, their parrots suddenly began to glow with a bright light. The shockwaves from the battle instantly healed them, their sickness disappearing in an instant. Arthur, look, CJ. Our parrots are healed. CJ, that's incredible. It's like the energy from the battle healed them. Arthur, maybe there's a silver lining to all this after all. With their parrots healed, Arthur and CJ made their way out of the battlefield, leaving the eternal battle between the corrupted lions and tigers behind. The two animals continued to fight endlessly, emitting shockwaves that echoed through the landscape. CJ, it's a shame that the lions and tigers are stuck in that eternal battle. Arthur, yeah, but at least we were able to save our parrots. That's what's important. As they walked away, the sounds of the battle slowly faded into the distance. The purple energy still lingered in the air, a constant reminder of the power that had corrupted them. CJ, I'm glad we were able to make it out of there in one piece. Arthur, me too, CJ. Me too. Who knew a simple trip to heal our parrots would turn into something like this? And so, Arthur and CJ left the area, their parrots happily chirping on their shoulders. The eternal battle between the corrupted lions and tigers continued on, their glowing eyes locked in a never-ending struggle. But for Arthur and CJ, they had found a silver lining in the chaos, and that was all that mattered. Arthur Morgan and CJ found themselves in a strange and unfamiliar place, a barren wasteland where the sky was a swirling vortex of colors and the ground crackled with energy. They were on a mission to save their sick pet parrots, who were in desperate need of help. The two men had heard rumors of a mystical area where the air conditioning shockwaves could heal any ailment, and they were determined to find it. As they traveled through the desolate landscape, they could feel the tension building between them. The purple glowing meteor that had fallen from the sky had corrupted their minds, filling them with a sense of rage and power. Their eyes glowed a bright purple, reflecting the energy that now coursed through their veins. When they finally reached the area of eternal shockwave-inducing battle between lions and tigers, they were greeted by a sight that took their breath away. The massive creatures were locked in combat, their roars echoing across the barren landscape. The air crackled with energy as the two beasts clashed, their bodies emitting powerful shockwaves that rocked the ground beneath them. Without hesitation, Arthur and CJ set down their sick parrots and rushed into the fray. The corrupted lions and tigers turned their glowing purple eyes on the intruders, their roars filled with fury. The two men fought with all their might, their bodies moving with a speed and strength they had never known before. The battle raged on endlessly, the air-conditioning shockwaves sending them reeling with each blow. But despite the chaos and destruction, there was a sense of satisfaction that washed over them. As the shockwaves washed over their sick pet parrots, they could see the healing power of the energy that surrounded them. After what felt like an eternity, the two men finally emerged victorious. The corrupted lions and tigers lay defeated at their feet, their glowing purple eyes fading as the energy that had fueled their rage dissipated. Arthur and CJ knelt down and picked up their respective pet parrots, who chirped happily in their arms. As they walked away from the battlefield, they could hear the eternal battle between the two big wild cats continue behind them. The endless shockwaves continued to emit from their bodies, a reminder of the power of the purple meteor that had corrupted them. But as they looked down at their healed pet parrots, they knew that there was a bright side to the chaos that had surrounded them. The air-conditioning shockwaves had saved their beloved pets, and for that, they were grateful. And so, with their heads held high and their hearts full of gratitude, they made their way back to civilization, leaving the eternal battlefield behind them as a reminder of the power of the purple meteor's energy.